I'm Prajakta Wadhavkar, and it has been quite a while. For a few years, I wanted to. Somehow, I was getting drawn to this field, and I felt that something needs to be done about the aging population of the society, which is an important part of the society. Tapas itself means the feeling of dedication that takes us towards the tapasya. So, this is an adjective of the feeling. With what feeling we go towards our goal. So that is what I actually means. In Maharashtra, at least I found that the whole concept has a lot of stigma and a lot of unhappiness around it, a lot of feeling of abandonment and guilt around it. So the whole terminology needed to be changed. There was a very systematic thought process when I started with this. I had to identify the needs of the geriatric population. That's how I went about it. What are the needs? And how I learned through my survey, first thing was what not to do. So the needs were like right from the physical needs to the emotional needs and the social needs. So the medical care was an integral part which had to be provided. So my concept when it actually started taking place in my mind was like everything needs to be provided under one roof. So what needs to be done was like I made a panel of doctors, nursing team, then counselors and the attendants. So the feeling of security, the homeliness and the feeling of belonging, the sense of belonging needed to be induced. And the whole concept of residential care home took place. Through the positivity of the people who got their parents here, they are the most strongest point of my organization. The families have been actually helping us a lot. And the team that I've built up are dedicated now, and now they are actually in my line of thought that care has many aspects like medical, and it's not only entertainment that they need a lot of new learning, a lot of sense of security, belonging and a feeling of being wanted. So Tapas is going to be working on every need and how to integrate the senior citizen section of the society to all the sections of the other society. So how this is a social responsibility, So this is what we intend to do. This is the model because I had no other model to follow. There's no definition to this place as yet. So right now Tapas dementia care is working in different verticals. So residential care of the patient being the most important part of it. We have started with a family support group where families of dementia patients come in and share their problems and we try and find solutions to it. So their guilt, their emotional management, their own stress, how they can manage, and we counsel them on that. So there's another vertical where we are working on the research part of it. There are a lot of students from NCL and IIT Powai who are doing their projects and helping us with right from game design for dementia patients, which has never happened in India, to a lot of other things, to innovating gadgets for them, to technical assistance, to fields like diabetes and dementia, how they are related. So we are working on the pharmacological part as well. Apart from that, the daily routine for the residents consists of a very structured routine, and we grab every opportunity to celebrate here, as in to break the monotonous routine. So we have introduced a lot of creative activities, and morning time they're very fresh. So we do a lot of therapies with them, that is music therapy, pet therapy, art therapy. So we have hired expert professionals for that. So it doesn't end only till well-wishers and volunteers. For the residents, we have expert care. So also the panel of doctor consists of 2 psychiatrists, a neuropsychotherapist who's doing the assessment to evaluate the exact stage that they are in. Then we have family counseling sessions to explain it to them. And of course, since we are talking about a brain degenerative disease, it is progressive. There is no cure for dementia as yet. So we need to prepare the families mentally to face the later stages. We cannot cure them here, but we can make the whole journey more um, more tolerable and peaceful, and give it a good quality. So that is the objective of Tapas. So the general notion that it happens when they actually want to abandon is completely wrong now. So the segment that we are catering to right now is the educated and urban segment, who actually understand the need, practical need of a place like this, of assisted living, which is the need of the hour. So when they actually, now we have segregated to, we have two setups. One is that is focused on Alzheimer's and dementia. So the need, as you said, when they feel the need is, unfortunately, they come to us when they are at a very later stage, when they are unmanageable at home, and when the medical care becomes an integral part. So the social awareness that we are trying to bring in is when they can actually identify the early stage of dementia or any brain related ailment, identify it, accept it, and ask for help. Then we are there to cater to all the needs, you know. Challenges in terms of awareness, those are the biggest ones. Like when they need to realize that this is a need of the resident. It's not that out of love, if you keep them at home, it is not enough, because most of the problems arise out of loneliness. Also, the security and the safety risks that are posed at home. Another challenge would be to make them understand that the nursing bureaus or the caregiving bureaus that have mushroomed around the society are not actually legitimate, or they are not trained. So the problems arising out of that. So I wish people knew that, or they actually made sure that the caregiving quality was good enough and the caregivers were good enough or trained enough to take care of their parents at home. So when there have been really bad situations or problems or adverse effects of that, and then they've come to us. So that is where I feel very bad that this needs to be addressed actually. Other challenges are of course with the staff team, which I've been able to actually take care now when the staff stays with me here at the organization. They all are residential. So when I within the first year, I noticed that there needs to be a stress management program for the staff. So now it has become a whole family, you know, the resident staff, doctors, me. So when I started taking care of the staff, as in we have a good stress management program for them, training sessions by the doctors for them, right from the psychiatrist to the physiotherapist and the dietitian, have training programs for the staff. We have fun time. So when the staff I could see was more at peace and more trained with their own emotional management. As the worst part was with dementia, it is a degenerative and a progressive disease, and so it is an inevitable step towards palliative care, where they lot of other ailments arise and we have to actually treat them, and there comes a point where the family and the doctors decide that no aggressive treatment needs to be done, or no surgery, no ventilator, to the extent no hospitalization. So many residents have actually declared that they want to take their last breath at Tapas. But for the staff or for the caregivers, it is not an easy thing, as we get attached to them, or seeing them um, go day by day. So day in and out, we see them going towards the end. So that is the most biggest challenge for us. And now we've been able to manage that, as in when we take that stress management program or these lectures, we train them to look at it as life before death. How can we give the quality before death and the energy before death? So the life before, that is what we focus on. With dementia, they lose immunity or the capability to convey. So they wouldn't be able to convey even if they have high degree of pain, or if they are not hungry or are hungry. So these are the basic things. So these are the challenges that we face, and they are more prone to infections. The symptoms of the infections are completely different than normal aging. So we need to be vigilant about that. So I've set up a system of daily monitoring. So we have proper charts for that. Then residential qualified nurse would take BP, pulse, everything every single day. Even if they look fit, every single day all the residents are being checked and reported, and the physician is being taking care of them. Weekly twice the psychiatrist comes in. So the whole coordination is happening very systematically. Maybe because of that we've been able to anticipate a lot of things and save a lot of trouble. When people used to approach us कि we are forgetting, or maybe their parents have dementia, and the fear that what do we do to keep us away from it. So that is how it originated. But the healthy aging sector of the society have received this concept very well, where we've introduced new learning to stimulate brain activity. So this is the thought that we are promoting, that after the age of 70, there is a huge possibility of cell growth and regeneration of brain cells if you stimulate it through activities which are never being done. So right after the age of 70, you're capable of learning a new language, a new instrument, or new skill. Now, and we've identified 10 different activities. Like I said, learning bridge, learning brain games are there, learning origami. So this induces visual motor coordination, thinking capacities, mathematical capacities, and it has shown good response.